Disclaimer, this video exists for the purposes of entertainment, education, and theory rebuttal. Furthermore, considering the subject of this video is game theory, I want to make it clear that this video is not an attack on MatPat as a person outside of his chosen YouTube profession. I only wish to show the flaws in his theories and practices while creating theories. Unless there is substantial evidence, it is not assumed MatPat still stands behind the video in question, and when addressing older videos, I do so in a vacuum, speaking only to MatPat's assumed mindset at the time of the video's creation. If you harass or witch hunt anyone involved with this video, I will personally disown you. Thank you. In the world of theories, one name sticks out among the rest. That name would be Matthew Patrick, creator of a show called Game Theory. I finally figured it out. The Gaster theory was a ruse and the Sonic videos were a clue. This entire time I was never supposed to cover the Babam video. I was supposed to cover this. In December of 2012, just 19 days before the world purportedly ended, MatPat released one of the single most controversial theories on his channel, a video that had even his fans divided. This theory would be his theory on how fast Sonic the Hedgehog really is. This is the video I'm covering today. I'm not doing it alone though. No. I'm getting help from MatPat's own comment section, voiced by
me! Hello!
Wait, huh? Who are you?
I'm that voice that narrates the quotes you use in your videos.
I don't remember that.
That voice you use to narrate those embarrassing old videos with Lemmy Koopa?
Okay, I remember you now. Please, don't bring those old videos back up. I don't need anyone finding those.
You can call me Mini Miku.
The machine must be going crazy. Anyway, let's get this started. The faster I get this machine fixed, the faster I can go back to my normal life. Let's finish this. Roll the MatPat!
Whee!
First, a disclaimer. This is a video game show, so we're going off of Sonic's behavior in his games. Yes, comic book Sonic has run at speeds greater than the speed of light, but comic books have also had Superman starring in a porno directed by a supervillain named the Sleaze, so forgive me if I take what they say with a slight grain of salt. Besides, Sonic started as a game character, and that's the way we're gonna keep him.
Excuse me? If you're going to give reasons for the Sonic comics not being canon, please actually stick to information from the Sonic comics, por favor. It's not hard, and this does absolutely nothing but be an unfunny joke that doesn't tie into anything and, well, non sequitur.
Now, to determine how fast he can run, we need to find out Sonic's height. According to Wiki Answers, Sonic stands at 3 foot 3 inches tall, or about 1 meter. Now, I could just stop there and call it a day, but since we all know how trustworthy online Wikipedia articles can be, I thought we should double check that figure.
Except the 3-3 is an actual Sega fact according to Sonic Channel, an official Sega source with official bios on every important character in the franchise, and I know it existed in 2012. You don't need to dig, it's canon, dude. Do some actual research.
Bomba! Anyway, this 17-year-old stands at 64 inches tall.
And where did you get that information? You want to get all prissy with where you get your information, yet you're not going to tell us where you got your facts on Elise? I can't even find the information you're touting, so quit being dishonest.
Comparing their heights during this shameless display of interspecies romance shows that our pedophilic porcupine...
Pedophilic? Elise is older than Sonic. What the frick are you talking about? Cease this slander!
Stands at approximately 27/40ths of Elise's height. In other words, 43.2 inches, or 3 foot 7 inches, or about 1.1 meters. Suck on that, Wiki Answers.
Yeah, Seiya, take that. Your own canon information is wrong. How do you like that? Trip on a landmine.
So knowing how tall he is, we're able to get a sense of scale of the world around him. Using Sonic as our size reference, we can see that Act 1 of Green Hill Zone is approximately 236 Sonics long, or about 259.6 meters. The world record time for finishing this level is 25 seconds, meaning that Sonic would have to be traveling a little over 10 meters per second to finish. To give you some perspective, every second he'd be running the distance from the pitcher's mound to home plate on a slow-pitch softball field.
Oh, comments?
There's a flaw in your logic. You took your measure of Sonic's height from Sonic 06, then applied it to classic Sonic, the Hedgehog. In the game Sonic Generations, we see that classic Sonic was like a child version of Sonic from the later games. Younger, smaller. The two incarnations, modern and classic, stand side by side many times, and it's clear that modern Sonic, Sonic 06, is substantially taller than classic Sonic, Sonic the Hedgehog. Plenty of incorrect data here. It has been shown that classic Sonic, Sonic 1, is shorter than modern Sonic, 3D Sonic, so you need to take that into consideration too, making the course longer, which increases the speed. I mean, kind of, maybe? It might. You also only counted Sonic's vertical average speed, not his absolute top speed. You must include the distance he travels through loops and slopes and such, further increasing his speed. You can also travel faster than the camera, which kills Sonic, so the world record does not run as fast as possible. Something to point out, so Sonic is running up and down, so he is slower, so it would be more fair to consider Sonic's speed when he's on flat ground, although it probably doesn't matter, but whatever. It does matter. It really does. One thing I want to add, Sonic goes through loops, meaning he has to go a little over 3 times the speed he would normally have to go if the loop wasn't there. Your measurements are based off of flat surface theory. I'm not saying he's breaking the sound barrier, but he is faster than you give him credit for. Nice job, MatPat. You did good, except one detail. In Sonic 06, you're not classic Sonic, and in Sonic Generations, modern Sonic is significantly taller than classic, and his speed may not be what you calculated when you factor in personality and the effects of running at the speed of sound. Wait, personality? What? Running that fast in Green Hill would destroy the home of those he protects, so Sonic would hold back his speed to taking one step further to protect his home in the Eggman bases. If he did run at the speed of sound, he would crash into a wall and die. So in conclusion, mic drop. Okay, nonetheless, you are 1, using inaccurate data as classic Sonic is clearly shorter than modern Sonic, and 2, the more important point, you're not actually accurately measuring the distance from start to finish. We'll get back to this in a minute, though, because this gets juicier.
Bomba! Compare those numbers to Sonic's arch-rival Mario. By combining research from our real versus fake boob episode, where we prove that Peach is 5 foot 10 inches tall, we're able to calculate that un-Super Mario is 4 foot 8. But not only is he the height of an Oompa Loompa, unfortunately for him, that's also how wide he is. Mamma mia, that's a pudgy plumber!
And me. Measuring based on the freaking sprites from the first game. Go visit the sun.
To measure his speed, it's 69 Marios to get to the first warp pipe, meaning the distance is 3,864 inches or 98.1 meters. Minimum time to get there, 5 seconds. That puts Mario running along the ground at nearly 20 meters per second. That's twice the speed of Sonic in his first game. Let's make this perfectly clear. In both of their respective first games, Mario is faster than Sonic.
You can't just measure the level from left or right. You'd have to include all the slopes and loops as well. Mario has a much flatter level, so he has much less distance to cover, making him seem faster. Sheesh. But we did not calculate how fast Mario is in Sonic's world.
Okay, bring it back, Mini Miku. There's a bigger point to this, but that's also for later. Later is when everything comes together, trust me.
Bomba! In Sonic Unleashed, there's an actual speed meter that tells you when he's at his maximum velocity. At the start of Skyscraper Scamper, you're at max speed with maximum ring energy. If we're to believe the game developers, this is the fastest Sonic can get. Here's how far he travels in a second. Did you miss it? Here it is again. You get a better picture? Let's
slow things down.
Notice that he travels the length of one large building. Since this world is called Empire City, it's pretty safe to assume that it's modeled after the Empire State, New York. In fact, I can even call out a very likely candidate for the building in question since I lived 1 block away from it. An average city block above 14th Street, New York is 1/5 of a mile by 1/20th of a mile.
No, stop! I don't know what you're thinking here, but Empire City is not completely modeled after New York City. This is a fictional world we're talking about, and all you're doing is making baseless assumptions that probably don't even apply. Do your stupid pixel measurements. For once, I don't care. Just please don't do this.
Bomba! Now, I know what you're thinking. Sonic has the light shoes that supposedly give Sonic the ability to run at the speed of light. Well, even with generous estimations, those moments are actually slower than this one. So the power of those shoes, greatly overrated.
Wow, good job using Sonic 06 as one of your footage examples. You know, the game that touts the slowest lightspeed dash in the entire franchise. In fact, if memory serves right, the fastest unaided light speed dash is the one in Sonic Adventure 2, but that may just be my memory talking and it doesn't really matter. Point is, without knowing which game's light speed dash you're talking about, it makes it hard to take you seriously. We could also take into consideration Sonic's light speed attack from Sonic Adventure, a variation on the light speed dash where he circles an enemy in midair several times in the span of seconds before said enemy explodes. Calculate the speed of that, MatPat. Oh, and that's not even mentioning the homing attack!
But how about when Sonic has all the Chaos Emeralds and turns into not a shameless ripoff of Super Saiyan mode? Well, even if Super Sonic is charged up and shot through a speed booster, he can't top the 80 meters per second limit, let alone the sound barrier at 340.
Again, which game are you measuring from? Because your footage example of Sonic 4 is once again not gonna cut it. Sonic 4, just like Sonic 06, is notoriously slow. How about we talk about Sonic Adventure 2, or Sonic Generations?
In short, no combination of power-up, booster, and track can get Sonic anywhere close to even half the speed of sound. But most embarrassing of all, Sonic isn't even the fastest character in his own games. Bomba! No, it's Dr. Ivo Robotnik. Across all his games, try as he might, Sonic can't catch this guy in a foot race. Even when Sonic comes at him at top speed, Robotnik is able to quickly sprint away. In fact, in that one moment, Dr. Eggman is going from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3/4 of a second.
Egghead's running fast because Burger King's Whoppers are a buck for a limited time. I can't even get through that.
In all seriousness though, if the player could catch Eggman, then the game would be over. No final boss. I get that doesn't quite excuse the cinematic, but that's just that. It's a cinematic. And that is a point we'll be getting back to.
Bomba! But all over-analysis aside, the moral of the story is this. Most versions of Sonic aren't any faster than any other game character. It's the way the game was designed and marketed that made us believe in his top speeds. Don't always believe everything you hear. Do the research yourself and you might be surprised by what you find.
Don't believe everything you hear. Go out and do your own research. I did, when I was like 5 years old and played Sonic CD. In one cutscene, the intro, Sonic creates a sonic boom around him and runs up a chain from the surface of the Earth to space in a couple seconds, which is way past breaking the sound barrier.
Yeah, this segues me perfectly into that cinematic point.
2 words, cinematic time.
Sure, in the actual game, Sonic might not be going as fast as Sega says he does. In cinematics, though, he's way faster. There's the opening for Sonic Boom that was just mentioned, the opening for Sonic and the Black Knight where he does donuts around an entire demonic army with blinding speed, creating an actual whirlwind, and my personal favorite comics example.
What about the time in the opening of Sonic Unleashed where Sonic dodged bullets and missiles?
Want a gameplay example? In Sonic Colors, Sonic outran a freaking black hole. What's that? You say that still doesn't excuse Sonic's slowness in other scenarios? Well...
Man, think about gameplay. Sonic can't run that speed because we can't play these games that fast. Also, in the Eggman boss fight, you had to fight versus the Egg Robot and not dashing to Eggman and just kill him. In other words, gameplay! But you also realize that if Sonic breaks the sound barrier, then every single game would be unplayable, don't you? Decent theory, MatPat. However, there's something you've forgotten about. Sega have purposely made Sonic slower so their games can be playable. If he really was 1,000 miles an hour, the game would become astronomically distorted and would crash instantly. I mean, if your game was moving at the speed of light, would you enjoy it?
You want to know what would happen if Sonic actually seemed to be moving that fast during actual gameplay segments? Try major motion sickness. The human brain can't process things that quickly. Plus, the massive acceleration and the tax of trying to render graphics that quickly would break any console in existence. Finally, I think I have one more thing to address. Yes, it's true. Noggin got here first. Just about every point I mentioned and more are brought up in Noggin's 2 rebuttal videos on this theory, and he does a better job at cracking this theory apart than I ever could. Go give those videos a watch. I'll leave them in the description. All I really did is just try to clean up some of the stuff he missed and inject my own whatever into the whole affair. So that's about it. My thoughts? There's a reason this theory was so controversial, and no, it's not just because Noggin covered it. Once again, MatPat wanted to focus way too much on riling people up and making a shocking conclusion over actually gathering real facts. I really don't know how much more I can say. It's the exact same problem MatPat has in almost all of his videos, and yes, it extends beyond Mario theories. Even a channel with 12 million subscribers isn't immune. Everyone makes mistakes, but most people strive to fix them. MatPat still makes a lot of the same mistakes he made in his past, as if he hasn't learned. If you take anything away from this, don't blindly listen to someone just because they're popular. Do your own digging and find out whether what they're saying is true or not. The results may surprise you. Did it work? Hallelujah! Good gravy gracious! We're back, boys! The machine is fixed and we can now return to our regularly scheduled Mario-themed programming. Woo! Well, maybe covering Sonic theories wasn't that bad. And some of those other avatars were pretty fun. And heaven knows Gamer Guide has enough videos on his channel to last me another lifetime of theory debunking. Maybe I can become a Mario and Sonic channel. Yeah, that sounds good. Welcome to the new age!
Yay, I'm here too!
Oh, well, how do I put you back in the machine?